Introducing Chicken McNuggets. McDonald's McNuggets. A McNugget is a boneless chunk of tender, tasty chicken with 4 kinds of sauce to choose especially for dipping. Barbecue, sweet and sour,
honey too.
'Cause you deserve a break today.
With chicken cooked the McDonald's way. McNuggets.
Chicken.
Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and highest honors to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the Apostle Elders, the great millstone of the world well. Salutations to the brothers that preach, teach, and prophesy His word. In the last days, we look to reach those of the elect. It's the brother Aryaga from the Grand Rapids, Michigan camp. Here with another interesting lesson. And this one will be going into this mess that they call food, especially during this pandemic. Here it is after the lockdown. You still got so many people that are going out to eat fast food because it's more convenient. Then you have an all-time high of people having health issues. And for God's sakes, you don't have to leave your house to get McDonald's now. And if you're not caught up with the history of McDonald's, you would know that that's the lowest quality food, not even categorized as a food, but the lowest quality food or meal you can get, period. Now they got other people that'll go get it for you. 42 cheeseburgers and a Diet Coke while you sitting at home on your ass. And they expect it to stay like that. Because they've been made complacent by this kingdom. And their complacency, they won't recognize the signs of the times that we're in and the things that are about to befall the earth. And it's a trip. We have to be aware of what we are putting into ourselves. What you're looking at right here. You saw that dog went and took a urine on those chicken McNuggets. I also heard that, in the back of these, these fast food places, they don't have any rats and things like that. They don't have to deal with rats because those rats don't deal with this mess either. These animals know that this is some straight up garbage. A stray dog wouldn't even eat this, bro. That stray dog straight up urinated on it to keep it moving. But that's how detestable this stuff is. This is what it looks like underneath a microscope. And the dude in the video is just going into how it doesn't look like where's the meat at? Don't look like meat at all. And then they have these fibers in them, right? Your coarse black pubic hair like fibers. And the thing is, these fibers are also been known to cause what's called Morgellus disease. And what that is these things get underneath. These are nanos. Alright? Man-made nanos. It's a living organism. And basically what it does is it feeds off tissue when it's powered by the heat of your body. They remain in a neutral state until you consume them. And then once you consume it, these things crawl all throughout your body. And there's no cure for Margalis. Well, I know the cure because I know somebody that makes it with the herbs, or a topical ointment with the herbs. But nonetheless, these things cause people to scratch out their hair, cut open their skin with their nails, just to get to the itch that it's just deep within them so bad. And they're microscopic, so someone that I know applies the topical ointment made with the herbs on the spot of the itching, right? There are different spots. And she has a high-powered microscope. When she catches them crawling out, these very things right here, crawling out of the skin, and she puts them up on Facebook. These same hair-like structured fibers, all right, that respond to your body heat. Parasite, man-made parasite, okay? So if you giving into your hunger and you go about eating this type of stuff, there's a plethora of things that will befall you, you know? Look at that. Has a positive and a negative pole, you know, and it responds to electrodes and energy that your body gives off. And these things crawl all throughout your body, you know. So it'd be wise for you to watch what you eat. And I say that to myself before anybody else. Because this stuff is real. That shit is just disgusting, man. All right? So, this is a sign of things to come by the time that we're in. I'm going to show you why, according to the word. Proverbs 23:2. And put a knife to thy throat, lest thou be a man given an appetite. Be not desirous of his dainties, for they are deceitful meat. Let's look that word dainties up real quick. Yeah, you guys, like, you gotta be able to be disciplined to deal with this place, because there's always something there that you want to eat, but you know you shouldn't eat it. And then later on, after you eat it, you understand as to why you shouldn't have ate it in the first place. And now you got to go through the motions, you know. But the Spirit gives you a heads up through it all, you know. Tasty, let's see.
Strong's H 4303. Metamine. Metamine. Second entry. Metamoth. Metamoth.
All right, and that's for dainties. It says tasty and savory food, delectable food, dainties. All right, and you know, don't get me wrong, whatever formula they use in this stuff they call it food at these fast food places, do understand that, you know, they can make them taste good. Hell, they got Japanese scientists that created a steak out of, you know, crap, out of the crap proteins, you know, through shit fibers, and made it, it's called a shiitake steak, available for human consumption, you know. Especially applied to dishes made of flesh taken in hunting. Let's see. see, in another part, it also goes into um, going into fat and greasy. Because the dainties of this place, that's why we have the number one most obese nation in the world. You know, being here in America, you got all these different dainties around you. You can spend $1 on a cheeseburger. I've seen people get like 30, 40 cheeseburgers, man. Straight up. And then face to themselves, they'll face about half of that. And sometimes they do it on on a daily basis. I think I'm gonna do Popeyes today, and yeah, they got dainties, you got choices here, and that's why that American diet is so destructive. Let's see. It says on Proverbs 23:3, "Be not desirous of his dainties, for they are a deceitful meat." And that's what they are. That's deceitful. And then they try to get you to eat that shit like Impossible burgers. Oh, it's made plant-based, you know. You kind of find out that the so-called plant-based formula is pretty toxic, man. And what they do is they let it through the FTA, or excuse me, the FDA. Yep. That's what I'm trying to think. The federal, Lord have mercy, with the FDA. They are the ones that approve it through. Especially when it's a low caliber amount of meat, they still push it through. Nowadays they're not even using meat though. They're using that pink slime garbage, and they make it look like meat. You know. But these are the different things that they have available in this place to kill yourself. This is Ezekiel 4:13. And Yahweh said, "Even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread amongst the Gentiles, whether I will drive them." Okay? And I was talking about you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and natives today. We're eating our bread, our substance, the stuff we call food, in this kingdom, in our captivity. And that we live amongst the Edomites and the Moabites and the Ammonites, which are the so-called white peoples today, and the so-called Chinese and Japanese. But remember, four our tribes are scattered to the four corners of the globe, and some of our people, look like those different countries that they're separated to. So that being said, our bread is defiled amongst them, because we start eating the abominable things that they eat, and it becomes normal to us. Like eating hog for Jake that grew up down south. That's traditional, even though that was against our customs, and they forced that down our throats. If you see Goodbye Uncle Tom and Birth of a Nation, you see how they used to knock our teeth out just to feed us pig lard and these different things shoved down our throats whenever we try to go on a hunger strike. These are the things that they did to us. So we have an unnatural diet, an unnatural affinity towards it. Because we've been here so long and we grew accustomed to eating this way. And they'll look at you crazy if you don't. Let's see. This is 1 Corinthians 6:11. "And such were some of you, but ye were washed, and you were sanctified, but ye are justified in the name of Yahushua Mashiach Yahushua, and by the Spirit of our power. All things are lawful unto me, but all things are not expedient. All things are lawful for me, but I will not be brought under the power of any. So there's things that means someone to say, oh, it's chicken nuggets, dog. It ain't no pork nuggets, ain't no pork in that, man. You can still eat that. Yeah, this is just one example. You know, but you can go ahead and eat it, that's cool. But then when you find some of these symptoms of Morgellons disease or whatever disease that these nanocells are created to wreak havoc in your body and disbalance in your body, then you remember this. You remember the truth that was told to you. Because at the end of the day, that's your ass. You know? Let's see. Yeah, all things are lawful, but not all things are expedient unto me. So you can go ahead and partake in it, but it's not expedient for you because of the outcome, because of what's in it, because of what it does, so on and so forth. Right? 1 Corinthians 6 and 13. Meats for the belly and belly for meats. But the Most High shall destroy both it and them. It says, now the body is not for fornication, but Yahweh, and Yahweh for the body. Let's look up that word fornication real quick. You know, because it says meats for the belly, and meats for the belly, and the belly for meats. But the Most High shall destroy it, and both it and them. Now the body is not for fornication, but for Yahweh, and Yahweh for the body. So let's go into that word fornication real quick. Let's see. Fornication. I know, but I'm bringing it out, you know, just for the edification. All right.
Strong's G 4202. Parnaya. Parnaya.
That's where you get the word pornography, porn. Not looking at porno, it's more going on the lines of elect sexual intercourse, doing weird shit. You know, they got all that weird stuff out there, whether it be between two men or two women, or it involves some strange rituals, or you got these sex toys and butt plugs and all of this crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? Was it penile shaft piercings, all kind of crazy shit. Okay? But elect sexual intercourse, adultery, fornication, homosexuality, lesbianism, intercourse with animals, etc. All of that strange stuff. Sexual intercourse with close relatives, which is wicked, and sexual intercourse with a divorced man or woman, all right? And it also is a metaphor, worshiping of idols, of the defilement of idolatry as incurred by eating the sacrifices offered to idols, all right? When it comes down to it, that homosexuality, lesbianism, intercourse with animals, etc. is running rampant because they've legalized it. You know, and now that it has that, you know, the pedophiles movement is right behind them. You know, and there's nothing left after that. So when it comes down to it, you know, when we're looking at the situation when it involves taking something and putting it into your body, you know, and you got cats that worship eating this, they eat it, they can't have it. You see them pull up. Matter of fact, yeah, let me pull that up. Check this out. This is the behavior that those you know, nanomites and eating this mess does to you. Check it out.
Holy shit! Unless you're speaking McNuggets in my hand, I don't want to hear it!
It's 10:30 a.m. We don't serve chicken McNuggets at this time.
Yes, you do!
No, we don't.
Why not?
Because we don't.
You know what?
Did you just hiss at me?
I would more than just fucking hiss at you!
You just give me that
Get the fuck back and get your foot! I'm gonna tell you straight, you're looking for this!
Ma'am, whoa. Ma'am, what? Close that shit. Ma'am, God. Oh my God! What the fuck is this bitch on? Holy shit!
What's going on? Did she like get burned by her apple pie or something?
Dude, I have no idea. Alright, we need to call the police. This is out of control. Holy shit!
You know what I'm saying? That's what it does. That's what eating these drugs do to you, man. Just because you couldn't eat those chicken McNuggets. When you see stuff like that, you got people be like, oh man, that was crazy. They do it. Damn. Oh man. And then go straight to McDonald's and order them a 20 piece. You know what I'm saying? Even after seeing such things. Damn, shit, I'm different, man. I don't be acting like that, man. But that shit is crazy. Yeah, okay. Until the day you do. See, when that pandemic popped off, you saw a lot of strange things happen. You started seeing people's true colors. And as you started seeing people's true colors, they were acting over some toilet paper, let alone food. You know? I'm telling you, man. It's a sad situation, but, you know, these are what drugs do to you. Let me pull that up real quick. Etymology.com. All right. Drug, late 14th century. Droguing. Anglo-French, any substance used in the compensation or preparation of medicines. From the Old French drogue, supply stock provision, which is an unknown origin. Let's keep going. Literally dry wares, specifically drugs and spices, with first element mistaken indicating content. All right, hold on. Because drugs is also what they would call something that has no nutritional value for your body. It can't assimilate it, okay? Let's see. Okay, specific application to narcotics and opiates is by late 19th century, though the description of the word, which with poisons, is from late 1500. Drug addict is recorded by 1968. Wanted. It is a doubtful connection. Let's see, drug is a verb. To make narcotic or poisonous. And that was definitely poisonous for your body when you consume it, because it alters the way your body is naturally supposed to function. And as it alters that natural ability to function, you become a fucking zombie. You know? That's the response. You become a zombie and start acting out of character. Okay? And all it takes is the right circumstances for you to, you know, convey that outrageous behavior. Somebody trying to starve you. And you see what happens when people don't get their hit, a crack, a dope, a heroin. You know, some people are ready to take your life, man. You know, she was ready to take somebody's life over some McNuggets. That's pure, cold-blooded, druggy, crackhead addiction right there. Like cats was getting killed over that Popeye's chicken sandwich. Shit like that, you know. Ecclesiasticus 13 and 12. thou sit at a bountiful table, be not greedy upon it, and say not, there is much meat on it. Remember that a wicked eye is an evil thing, and what is created more wicked than the eye, therefore it weepeth upon every occasion. Right? Because, they'll make something look good and appealing to you. And in the end, even in the back of your mind, you know that it's wicked and that it's not something that's lawful, or it's not lawful in the sense that, or better yet, it's not expedient to partake in, even if it is lawful, because of the composition and makeup of it. The more you know about something, the more responsible you become about what you put into your body, because you no longer do it out of innocence. Now you're just doing out of reckless abandon. It says, stretch not thine hand whithersoever it looketh, and thrust it not with him into the dish. Somebody get 14 cheese. Well, you want one, bro? Fuck it, man. I might as well. No, man. I'm straight. 16th verse. Eat as it becometh a man, those things which are set before thee, and devour not, lest thou be hated. So, watch what you eat and how you eat. Be all gluttonous, this greedy nigga, and you know what I'm saying? Just call yourself being comfortable and eating a whole bunch of this mess, and don't nobody like a glutton, man. Okay? It says, leave off first for manners' sake, and be not unsatiable, lest thou offend. Man, I got to have that. That bitch showed that she looked unsatiable. Okay? She was obviously she's hated for that action. And I got hate for the bitch and I don't even know her. But that's just ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Hard enough that you already working in that line of work. And you dealing with these crazy ass people. It's like working at the trap house. All day, all kinds of days and nights coming in, crazy ass hours, and they want they fix, man. When thou sittest among many, reach not thine hand out first of all. A very little is sufficient for a man well nurtured, and he fetches not his wind short upon his bed. So you don't need much to sustain yourself. All right? If you eat the right things, what your body craves is nutrients. That's what you eat for. You don't eat because something tastes good. You eat to get the nutrients out of it so you can sustain the proper metabolism, so your body can metabolize it, turn it into energy, and you can function correctly and continue to think and move, But people in this country love these dainties, and they eat all of this garbage because it tastes good. You don't eat to taste good. You eat to provide yourself with enough energy to continue throughout the day. But that's not what it is anymore. That's why they have the leading cause of obesity in these things. And people get insatiable when they can't get their food, man, or their drugs. And you want to end up at them cats trying to fetch their wind when they get up on the bed. I've seen that. Real obese cats, and they be getting up out of bed breathing heavy. Just getting up, standing up, you like, damn. That's dangerous, man. Beyond dangerous. That's why they call it morbidly obese. That morbid means death. It says, 20th verse, sound sleep cometh of moderate eating. He rises early, and his wits are with him. But the pain of watching, the choler, and pangs of the belly are with an insatiable man. So you looking at somebody that's insatiable, damn. All you got to do is sit back and watch their behavior. compared to somebody that is moderate eating and getting the proper rest. You know, I mean, this is just self-explanatory. So with that, I pray you were edified. Stay away from that garbage. Till the next time, Shalom.